Hello and welcome to In Depth on Rajya Sabha Television. I'm Aditi Nagpal Girotra. Space seems to be the flavor of the season these days. And it is not India's moon mission Chandrayaan-2 alone that's keeping the interest alive in humanity's final frontier. Astronomers have learned of an exciting find. A research report in the journal Nature Astronomy says water has been found in the atmosphere of a planet orbiting a distant star outside our solar system. What's more, this planet has Earth-like temperatures that could support life. Called K2-18b, it's 8 times the mass of Earth and is now the only exoplanet known to have both water and temperature that could be potentially habitable, known as super-Earth. The planet orbits the dwarf star K2-18 about 110 light-years from us in the Leo constellation. But there's bad news as well. Researchers say, given the high level of activity of its red dwarf star, K2-18b may be more hostile than Earth and even exposed to radiation. Our program today is all about this planet, the super-Earth, its features and potential for supporting life, and humanity's relentless curiosity about finding life outside Earth. Data from the NASA's Hubble Space Telescope has revealed water vapor in the atmosphere of an Earth-sized planet called as super-Earth. Although this exoplanet orbits a star that is smaller than our Sun, it falls within what's known as the star's habitable zone. The finding makes the world, which is called K2-18b, a candidate in the search for alien life. Here's a detailed report.
In an incredibly exciting finding, astronomers discovered water in a planet outside our solar system that has temperatures suitable for life. According to the study, water vapor has been detected on a potentially habitable super-Earth known as K2-18b, located about 110 light-years away in the constellation Leo. Details were published in the scientific journal Nature Astronomy by the University College London team. K2-18b is classified as a super-Earth because it is bigger than our Earth, twice as big in fact, as well as 8 times heavier. The exoplanet was first spotted in 2015 by NASA's Kepler spacecraft, but analysis of data has revealed new details that have not been seen on a super-Earth before.
The latest research indicates that there is a chances of a water vapor on that planet. And this is a very interesting research. This research has been carried out based on the data which is available from 2016 to 2017 on a Hubble telescope data. As you know that Hubble telescope is scanning the entire universe for many years, and till date it has given a lot amount of good explanations for the galaxies which are outside our galaxies also. So this is one in a, there are various constellations in the world where your entire sky is divided. There are 88 major constellations. A constellation consists of the areas where a lot of stars exist. So in a constellation called Leo, this particular planet is existing, and scientists have found evidence of a water vapor over there. Scientists are of the opinion that they have identified the presence of a helium and hydrogen over there, and it appears that the water for the first time outside our galaxy could be available in form of a liquid water, what we feel. So there is a possibility that such liquid water may help the survival of some sort of organisms also.
The study revealed the new planet sits in its star's habitable zone, where it is bathed in the same amount of energy from its star as Earth gets from the Sun. K2-18b has a temperature cool enough to have liquid water between 0 and 40 degrees Celsius. It also possesses powerful gravity that would make it difficult to walk upon. And aside from water vapor, its atmosphere contains mostly hydrogen gas, a molecule that makes up less than 1 part per million of our own atmosphere.
We really can't make any sort of a prediction about the life over there. Only thing is that what the scientists have identified is that there is a presence of a water, or at least there is a water signature available into the habitable portion of this particular star. Now the issue is that the type of a radiation which is being felt over there is much higher than what we receive onto the surface of the earth, because if there is a heavy radiation, then life becomes problematic. Other aspect is that the mass of this planet is 8 times the mass of the earth, so the surface gravity of this planet is also going to be much higher than the earth. So these are the two things which are slightly going against having a life over there. But presence of a water is indicating that there is a possibility of a life now, or there could have been a life over there billions of years ago.
The team behind the discovery looked through the planets discovered by the Hubble Space Telescope between 2016 and 2017. Researchers said the results revealed the molecular signature of water vapor, also indicating the presence of hydrogen and helium in the planet's atmosphere. But despite all this information, astronomers believe this new planet is very unlike our home world, as it is 650 million miles away from Earth, meaning too far to send a probe. So the only option is to wait for the next generation of space telescopes in the 2020s and to look for gases in the planet's atmosphere that could only be produced by living organisms. Many astronomers also dispute the claim that the planet is potentially habitable. One analysis indicates that planets that are 1.5 times the mass of the Earth are unlikely to have a rocky surface. There is also concern that K2-18b's size and gravity would make it difficult for the world to support life. Other critics suggest that the planet should not be classified as a super-Earth but as a mini-Neptune instead. Another issue is that astronomers cannot agree what conditions are needed for habitability. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
The K2-18b exoplanet was spotted by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope. Even though Kepler is still operational, the space agency sent out another, more advanced satellite in 2018 to find new exoplanets. And the Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite is celebrating its first year in operation in style by finding several new planets in different solar systems. So far, it has found 21 exoplanets and 850 possible exoplanets. In our next report, let's understand how TESS functions and what it has discovered so far.
The Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or TESS, is the next step in the search for planets outside our solar system, including those that could support life. The mission is looking for exoplanets by surveying 2 lakh of the brightest stars near the Sun. It has discovered 21 planets outside our solar system so far and captured data on other interesting events occurring in the southern sky during its first year of science, and has now turned its attention to the northern hemisphere to complete the most comprehensive planet hunting expedition ever undertaken. TESS was launched on April 18, 2018 aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and has a mission life of 2 years. It began its work in July 2018 in the southern sky. So how is TESS doing it? The satellite is surveying the entire sky over the course of its mission life by breaking it up into 26 different sectors, each 24 degrees by 96 degrees across. The powerful cameras on board the spacecraft stare at each sector for at least 27 days. Some of these sections overlap, so some parts of the sky are observed for almost a year. For a better understanding of the scale of TESS's observation window, let's tell you about the Moon. From Earth, the Moon occupies just half a degree, which is less than 1 by 9,000th the size of the TESS tiles.
This is a satellite which the USA is planning to actually replace the Hubble telescope, because this telescope is giving good service, but however it is aging now. At the same time, they want to have a certain amount of a period which is an overlap period. So this satellite has been already launched in the year 2018. The first project for the satellite is for the period of 2 years, where it is going to monitor 2 lakh stars. Essentially what the satellite is looking at is the division of the entire universe or the sky has been done into 26 parts, and every part has been monitored based on the characteristics and other requirements of that place.
TESS is concentrating on stars closer than 300 light years from our solar system. But how does TESS do it? Whenever a dip in the observed brightness of a star occurs, it may indicate the presence of a planet passing in front of it. This is known as a transit. The transit method looks for dips in the visible light of stars and requires that planets cross in front of the stars along our line of sight to them. Repetitive periodic dips can reveal a planet or planets orbiting a star. Transit photometry, which looks at how much light an object puts out at any given time, can tell researchers a lot about a planet. Based on how much of a dip in light a planet causes in its star, we can determine the planet's size. Looking at how long it takes a planet to orbit its star, scientists are able to determine the shape of the planet's orbit and how long it takes the planet to circle its sun. With its observations, TESS is creating a catalogue of exoplanet candidates using this transit photometry method. After this, ground-based follow-up observations are conducted to confirm that the exoplanets candidates are true exoplanets and not false positives. These ground-based telescopes measure the masses of the planets. Using the known planet size, orbit and mass, the planet's compositions is determined. That reveals whether the planets are rocky like Earth, gas giants like Jupiter, or something even more unusual. Additional follow-up allows astronomers to study the atmospheres of many of these planets. TESS is also collecting data on supernovae, black holes and other phenomena in its line of sight. Along with the planets TESS has discovered, the mission has also identified over 850 candidate exoplanets that are waiting for confirmation by ground-based telescopes. On July 18 this year, the southern portion of the survey was completed and the spacecraft turned its cameras to the north. When it completes the northern section in 2020, TESS will have mapped about 80% of the sky. With inputs from Vipul Agarwal, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
With this, we'll slip into a short break on In Depth, but we'll be back soon. Stay tuned with us.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched a nationwide campaign to encourage people to inculcate physical activity and sports in their lives, named the Fit India Movement. He chose the National Sports Day to launch this movement.
Fitness is not something for which you have to always make extra efforts. It is something which should be embedded to your routine walk of life. So fitness is easy, it could be joyful, and you can do anywhere, anytime.
एक स्वस्थ परिवार, एक स्वस्थ व्यक्ति, एक स्वस्थ समाज ही आगे देश को बढ़ा सकता है. तो फिट है तो माइंड हिट है.
When a woman changes, the society changes. How do we make our women aware about fitness regime?
बच्चों को खेलने के लिए डांस, ये फिजिकल लिटरेसी या एक्टिव लाइफस्टाइल के लिए बच्चों को प्रेरित करना चाहिए.
देखिए, फिटनेस एक शब्द नहीं है, फिटनेस एक जीवन का उद्देश्य है.
Welcome back. You're still with us on In Depth, and I'm Aditi. One of the projects that keeps space agencies busy is the search for the existence of life beyond Earth. Scientists have catalogued thousands of exoplanets orbiting distant stars that fit the basic requirements for life as we know it. But what is an exoplanet? Take a look.
An exoplanet or extrasolar planet is a planet outside the solar system. In other words, it is a planet orbiting a star other than the Sun. For centuries, scientists, philosophers, and science fiction writers suspected that extrasolar planets existed. The first evidence of an exoplanet called Van Manen 2 was noted as early as 1917, but was rejected by astronomers. The first scientific detection of an exoplanet occurred in 1988. Shortly afterwards, the first confirmation of detection came in 1992 with the discovery of several terrestrial Mars planets orbiting the pulsar PSR B1257+12. Also named Lich, it is located 2,300 light-years from the Sun in the constellation of Virgo. The first confirmation of an exoplanet orbiting a main sequence star was made in 1995, when a giant planet was found in a 4-day orbit around the nearby star 51 Pegasi. The planet is believed to be about half the size of Jupiter. Two more exoplanets, 70 Virginis and 47 Ursae Majoris, were discovered in 1996. In the decade that followed, at least 100 exoplanets were recognized. Besides exoplanets, there are also rogue planets that do not orbit any star. These tend to be considered as a separate category. The rogue planets in the Milky Way possibly number in billions or more. Because these planets are so far away, hundreds, even thousands of light years away, scientists mainly learn about them through remote observations using telescopes and other equipment. Some exoplanets have been imaged directly by telescopes, but the vast majority have been detected through indirect methods such as transit method and the radial velocity method. Most currently known exoplanets were found either by detecting the effect of the gravitational pull of the planet on its host star or by catching the planet as it passes in front of its star and slightly dims it. Launched into low Earth orbit in 1990, NASA's Hubble Space Telescope has not only discovered a variety of transiting exoplanets, but has characterized the atmospheres of some of them. Hubble continues to remain in operation, and in an incredibly exciting finding discovered water on an exoplanet for the first time this week. K2-18b is 8 times the mass of Earth and is now the only known exoplanet to have both water and temperatures that could be potentially habitable.
This mission has been identified by using a Hubble telescope. This is an old telescope which is operational since 1990. In between it had gone unserviceable, but we had serviced it again. It is a joint experiment by USA and Europe. This telescope is expected to give us service till 2030 to 2040. This will be replaced by a very powerful satellite subsequently. This mission is an ongoing mission. It has not been taken as a specific mission. Various galaxies have been covered, various star systems have been covered, various constellations are getting covered by the Hubble telescope. There are a lot of what we call them as a planetary astronomers. There are a lot of planetary astronomers who are working on various aspects of looking at galaxies and star systems outside the Earth's atmosphere also. So when they do these research, at times they come out with certain very interesting findings, and this is one of the interesting finding which has emerged. So it was not a planned research as such to go to a particular planet, identify whether on that planet there is a water or something. It's by accident they have found these things.
Another skywatcher, NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope, launched in 2003, observes transiting exoplanets in infrared wavelengths. It is planned to be retired in January 2020. But NASA's Kepler Space Telescope, launched in 2009, introduced the modern era in planet hunting. Launched into an Earth-trailing heliocentric orbit, Kepler was designed to continually monitor the brightness of approximately 150,000 main sequence stars in a fixed field of view for 4 years. Before its retirement in the year 2018, Kepler observed 530,506 stars and detected 2,662 planets during its 9 years of service. A newer NASA mission, TESS, launched in 2018.
In fact, I must make a mention over here that India has also launched its own satellite for such type of a research called Astro Satellites. Its purpose and expanse are slightly lesser, but India is also very keenly looking at astrophysics in a very constructive fashion and using satellite technologies for it.
Since the first detection of exoplanets in 1992, scientists have identified 4,031 confirmed exoplanets, some of which show signs of having atmospheres. In addition to confirmed exoplanets, there are thousands of potential exoplanets as well. Out of the confirmed exoplanets, scientists list at least 21 planets that have the best chance for life beyond our solar system. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Scientific missions are seeking to answer questions. What's out there in space? Astrobiologists may find life, but it's not at all clear whether they know it or not, and they will believe it when they see it. However, the vast scientific fraternity is trying to find answer to the presence of life in space beyond, with a number of scientific expeditions. But why are they looking for life? Let's look at the details in this report.
Since the beginning of civilization, humanity has wondered whether we are alone in the universe. This idea has inspired a wealth of science fiction stories and Hollywood films, all limited only by our imagination. But can other creatures exist in the vast reaches of space or on other planets or moons? And are there other intelligent forms of life out there, or are we more likely to find something much simpler?
These kinds of missions are missions which I will categorize as the missions of curiosity, because as a human race we are always interested to know that what is happening into the universe. This particular planet is 110 light years from the Earth, so there is just no possibility that there could be certain amount of a contact with that planet. But if by chance we can establish certain amount of a communication in billions of years to come, then also it will help the humanity onto the surface of the earth to know more, because there is always a curiosity to know that is there a life outside our earth also, and that curiosity is pulling on with all these research.
Within our solar system, space missions have searched for signs of both ancient and current life. Beyond our solar system, missions like Kepler and TESS are revealing thousands of planets orbiting other stars. There are also efforts to explore ways to search for life advanced enough to create technology. Technosignatures are signs or signals that would allow us to infer the existence of technological life elsewhere in the universe. The best known technosignatures are radio signals, and scientists and radio astronomers have started the search for extraterrestrial intelligence in a systematic manner. Several international organizations are using radio telescopes to detect signals that could be produced by intelligent life. From studying water on Mars, probing promising ocean worlds such as Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus, to looking for biosignatures in the atmospheres of exoplanets, science missions are working together to find unmistakable signs of life beyond Earth. The underlying scientific goal in searching for life beyond the solar system is the same as the study of astrophysical influences on the evolution of life on the planet Earth. It will achieve an understanding of the nature and distribution of life in the universe. Exobiologists study both the nature and the distribution of life in other potential habitats to understand and compare the evolution.
Because these are early days, but now scientists are very clear where to focus their further research, because this research has told them, at least initially, that which is the area where they can find certain amount of evidence of a life, because the water is going to be there. So now further research will happen into that area. Hubble telescope is as such giving a lot amount of observations and good amount of data. A further data analysis would be carried out.
On a broader level, the objective of searching for life elsewhere can be to determine frequency and morphology of nearby planetary systems, to determine the frequency of occurrence of conditions suitable to the origin of life, to also search for presumptive evidence of life in other planetary systems, to search for evidence of extraterrestrial technology. Beyond the solar system, the discovery of thousands of exoplanets gives us a chance to expand our understanding of how planetary systems are formed and evolution, and infer their ability to develop biology. These recent discoveries also give us information about the probability of existence of other technologically advanced civilizations in the universe. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And that's it from us today in Depth. We'll be back same time on Monday with a focus on some other subject. In case you missed the television broadcast, you can also watch our program online on YouTube, the link for which is given below. Suggestions and feedback about the program are also welcome. Thank you for your time.